Holden HSV Maloo. This is a 50th anniversary one, and we've chosen to use the BTR Redhot Camshaft. This already had a Walkinshaw 507 pack already installed to the vehicle, so that pretty much consists of a 65mm pulley, air box, and then it's got the inch and 3/4 4-in-1 headers into 3-inch cats, and then out of the 3-inch cats it becomes a 2.5 inch. 2.5 inch through the middle, and then it goes all the way out the back into the, have I got that right? Yeah, sorry, it's 2.5 inch in the middle. So I should know this, but I've just had a mental blank there. It's 2.5 inch in the middle. So 3 inch into the cats, out of the cats 2.5 inch, then back into the rear mufflers, and then out. Now they do this to keep the drone down and keep them nice and quiet. It does start to become a bit of a restriction with these boosted applications, but in fairness, it's doing quite well with this combination. So it's worked out pretty well. Customer wasn't chasing big numbers. Originally he wanted to go with the BTR Stage 4 PDS cam, but I talked him out of it because the PDS Stage 4 camshaft is something you put in when you're looking at making more later down the track. So you're sort of future-proofing it and you want to add more power in the top end. And as you've seen in all my other videos, you basically, it starts to come to life from like 7,000. Even though it makes power off the bottom, it does make power in the top, and it wants to keep making power well past 7,000 RPM. So in this application, the customer wasn't interested in revving it hard, which is smart. And he's not looking at doing a bigger blower or building an engine later down the track. So going down the smarter approach is to go with the Redhot Camshaft, because the Redhot Camshaft pretty much falls over at 6,800 revs, and that's the end of it. So there's no point putting a camshaft in there when it's going to be operating outside of the intended use. So we sort of convinced him to go with the Redhot Camshaft, which is a great choice. Sounds good, it does everything that it should do. It's very similar to the Stage 4 PDS in performance, just the PDS makes more power in the top, and it carries the power a lot further down the RPM range. So it's an animal, the PDS Stage 4. I love that cam, but you know, it has its place, and depending on the customer, it depends whether we recommend it. So let's have a look at the figures and we'll show you, what it does. So 488 kilowatts at the rears, 831 Newton meters of torque, and then that's the mod list there. So it's a Holden Maloo LSA Auto, Walkinshaw 507 pack, BTR Redhot Camshaft with all the, obviously the BTR, valve springs, push rods, and all the other stuff. And then it's got our fuel system. So that's basically a KPM rear 1,000 horsepower fuel pump module. And then the old high flow injectors that go with it. So as you can see there, massive spread of power. And this is, even though it's in road speed because it's an auto, this is at around that 6,800. So you can just see in the top end here where it just starts to roll off. This is 6,800 revs, which is ideal for what the customer's going to use it for. It is a street car. He goes to the drags, he has a bit of fun, but that's about as far he wants to go. So he doesn't want to, obviously it's a 50th anniversary. These cars are now worth money, and he's basically respecting the car for what it is, and he's going to keep it that way. So, but really good combination, works well. A lot of people have been sort of hailing me on YouTube, sort of saying, hey, have you done the Redhot with the LSA? Well, here it is. It works great if you're sitting on the fence between the Stage 4 or the Redhot. I guess the big thing comes down to is, are you going to do more work later down the track? And are you happy to rev it past 7,000 revs? Because if you are, then the Stage 4 PDS is the cam for you. However, if you don't want to do more work later down the track and you're happy with just doing the camshaft and not doing any more modifications after that, then the Redhot is the cam for you. Will this make 500 kilowatts? I'm confident we could. A better airbox, the full 3-inch exhaust system, and yes, I believe we will tap that 500. It'll be very close to it, but it will tap it and it will do it nicely, and you know, it'll be a great combo. So can you make more with the Redhot? Yes, you can, but at the end of the day, it's not all about the numbers, it's how it drives and what it does out on the road, and that's what's most important. So, but yeah, great combo. If you got any comments or whatever, just drop them in the comments. Let us know what you think. Like always, we keep all this in stock. We're now a BTR official dealer, and we're bringing product in, frequently now. We've got air freight coming out every couple of weeks, and we've got the sea containers coming as well. So if you need BTR gear or you want to buy anything, jump on our online store, hit us up, socials, Facebook, all those sort of stuff. Comments in the YouTube link below. and we'll do our best to sort you out and give you the best deals available. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, like always, we'll see you on the next one. Catch you later. Bye.